what you're saying is true, me and the feds, we're not the only people you gotta worry about.
Business is booming when a staggering reveal forces Tariq to reckon with the betrayal from those closest to him, and a RICO investigation mounting into the entire drug enterprise pulls Tariq deeper into the business and even closer to the legacy of his father. So that was part of the official synopsis for Ghost Season 3, and I think now's the perfect time to revisit the synopsis, as well as a few scenes that we're about to see in episode 6, especially because of how Tariq came face to face with a ghost from his past. Now, Tariq initially thought he got a text from his mother Tasha St Patrick because it came from a burner, and I think he could actually do with some advice from Tasha. He finds himself in a hell of a lot of mess. He lost Lauren at the end of season 2 but had 3 months downtime being out the game where he was kicking it with Effie all summer. Then all of a sudden he was forced to move away for Noma while he tries to graduate, inherit his trust and get back to Tasha and Yasmin. But something that he wasn't aware of was that those closest to him betrayed him when he came to Lauren, as well as how he was forced to take the Wall Street internship after Brayden took away his internship with Tate. So he moved on with Effie and is also now in a business and personal relationship with those who betrayed him. But now he's found out that Lauren is alive and working with the feds who are building this RICO. This is about to turn into absolute chaos, because as Cooper Sack said to Lauren, he saw the look on Tariq's face. He definitely loved Lauren, someone who Tariq believed to be dead. So in the rest of this video, we're going to be breaking down how the Lauren situation is going to change the game for Tariq St Patrick, and why Effie will find herself in some big trouble in more ways than one. So I will be bringing in some of the teasers and scenes that we haven't seen just to paint the bigger picture, because Lauren being alive doesn't just impact Tariq and Effie, believe me, it definitely impacts everyone, including Brayden and Kane. Now, Ghost Season 3 started 3 months after the events of Season 2. We've seen Effie more closer to Tariq now that she's studying at Stansfield, but their relationship hasn't always been so complicated in more ways than one. It's a relationship that's always been built on lies, and Effie's also someone who wants to remain independent.
I just don't want to be known around Stansfield as just Tariq's girl.
What's wrong with being my girl?
It's not like that. I just want to be my own woman and have my own identity.
Now, I do think Effie's been fighting with herself when it comes to her feelings for Tariq St Patrick. She won't Diana do not fall for Tariq because she knows what kind of man he is, but only to fall for him herself, and she knows it's a problem in the game. All Effie's known is looking out for herself and making decisions which are solely for her own benefit, and we saw that early in Season 3, where she didn't even let Tariq pay for a bottle of water, but that's something that's definitely started to change, and we genuinely see more of a vulnerable side to Effie.
Just make sure you break me off a little something when the millions start rolling in, okay?
Come on, you know I'm gonna break bread with my boo.
Effie's a character who's also made it clear a number of times. She's only in the game because she has to be, and she's chasing her freedom. She has dreams for paying for college, and when she hits her safety number to pay for grad school in Cali, she's out the game, because she doesn't want to be looking over her shoulder for the rest of her life. She'd also love it if Tariq was by her side, and he said he would be, but now that Tariq knows that Lauren is alive, the game is about to change. Now, when it comes to Lauren revealing the secret, let's start from the beginning, because I do think it's important that we remember Lauren was lied to by quite a few people, and she still is being manipulated by Jenny Sullivan. And it all started when Brushandria put drugs in a drawer from Course Correct, and it's been a ripple effect ever since. From Carrie forcing her to wear a wire, to Jenny keeping her in a country house until she brings down the entire drug enterprise. We also have Cooper Sack trying to convince Lauren to turn on Tariq St Patrick in episode 6, not for what happened to Lauren, but for all his other crimes, but whether she turns is yet to be seen. But Tariq and Effie and everybody else wouldn't be in this position if they did what needed to be done. Effie's failure in carrying out the plan to the end was a failure of Law 15 from the 48 Laws of Power, which says make sure you crush your enemy totally, never give them a chance of coming back. And now that she has, Effie's life, business and personal is about to turn upside down. It's also important to remember that in the midst of all these lies and betrayal, we also had Brayden who wanted to tell Tariq the truth.
We have to tell him about Lauren, like, now.
Fuck up, Brayden. Are you fucking crazy?
What, are we just gonna lie to him for the rest of our lives? You said it yourself. We're his family. We're all he has.
Exactly.
Brayden couldn't go ahead with killing Lauren, because even though he's loyal, he's not with the smoke. But Effie is, and that's a secret they were going to take to their graves, according to Effie anyway. And so far all three have kept their mouths shut, and the third is Kane. This is where we have to say fair play to Kane. Unlike the Lorenzo secret which he used to gain leverage, he took a different approach with Effie. That was thanks to Lorenzo, who taught him how important it is to have someone in your corner who has your back. So even though he held a lot of power when it came to what could happen between Effie and Tariq, and where he could have destroyed their relationship, he didn't. But it's also because he still believes Effie did the job on Lauren, and after his little conversation with Brayden, he still believes Lauren is dead. But that's something I'm going to come to in just a moment. I mentioned that when Tariq and Effie get back from Milan, the smiles would soon disappear, and that's exactly what's happened.
You tell Brayden to give me to her? You told her to kill me?
Who? Who? Lauren, who the fuck are you
Your
talking about?
girlfriend, Effie.
I really don't think Tariq knew what to think in this moment. He was looking at someone he loved, who he cared for, and someone who he believed died in a car accident. But now he knows that Effie tried to kill Lauren, and Brayden also lied. So we're about to see Tariq confronting Effie, as well as Brayden.
There's some things that you may not know about me.
There's stuff I haven't told you too.
Something we're yet to see is Tariq turning on Brayden and Effie, and these are just a few scenes that we're yet to see. Tariq grabbing Brayden and tackling him to the ground, telling him that it must have been her, who I can only assume he's talking about Effie. Now episode 6 is also where I expect Tariq and Effie to take a little road trip, where both of them admit they haven't exactly been honest with each other. Tariq will ask for the truth, and Effie's going to be a little emotional, and that's why we set the foundation of Effie's character earlier in the video. Effie is vulnerable around Tariq St Patrick, and that's because she has fallen in love.
I love you too.
Now there's also a scene where it seems like Effie's reaching for a piece in this conversation with Tariq, but I think it's just power trying to play tricks with our minds. I really can't imagine a scenario where Effie pulls on Tariq, but what I can see is Tariq cutting ties with Effie, at least in the short term. Tariq's back to saying he can't trust anyone, and how can he work with people that have betrayed him yet again? This is why I think Effie could be forced out of the business, at least for the short term, because we see Kane handing her a bag of product, and that's something she needs to keep afloat. Let's not forget, Effie still has to pay for education and make her own way in this world, and so she really has no choice but to hustle. But business is about to be a hit in more ways than one. Tariq won't be able to trust Effie, and that's going to cause issues in their operation. Brayden and Tariq are going to get into a huge fight at Western Holdings, and could that even result in Tariq losing his internship? We all saw what happened to Scott when he put hands on Brayden in season 1. He was kicked out of Stansfield, and I'm sure Robert and Trace Weston would love to stick it to Tariq. For Effie, even though it seems like Kane will have her back, Jenny Sullivan was given a tip about Stansfield roof from Lauren, and I think Effie may find some cameras watching her on the roof. So business is about to be hit in more ways than one, and I think eventually when Nomar and Obi realize their contractors in New York aren't turning a profit, they're going to be forced to work together again. But relationships will never be the same, and another is Kane and Brayden. Kane initially told Brayden to kill Lauren, and even though he connected the dots and realized Brayden isn't with the smoke, he still believes Lauren is dead because Effie said she did what needed to be done. But what about when Kane finds out Lauren is alive? This is going to cause one shitstorm between Kane, Effie and Brayden, because they were all in on the plan to kill Lauren, but because Brayden couldn't pull the trigger, Effie said she did. But Lauren still survived and now is working with the feds. So I think we may see Kane calling in that body that Brayden owes him, and he'll know that Lauren needs to be taken care of because he knows no loose ends. So there are so many plots and side plots and relationships that will be affected, from business to personal, when they find out Lauren is alive. And we haven't even got to Davis telling Tariq she has to go. And there are a few characters who are playing with fire, so could he be talking about Lauren, Monet, Diana or Jenny Sullivan? Let me know who you think in the comment section. And last but not least, Tariq pulling a gun and telling someone he loves them, but he will put a bullet in them. So with Cooper Sachs mentioning that he saw the look on Tariq's face when he gave him the news that Lauren died, and how he knew that he loved Lauren, could he be pointing the gun in Lauren's direction? There's only a few people that Tariq loves, and Lauren was one of them. So let me know who you think Tariq's pulling his piece on, and could we even see a B Mickey situation? I love you boo, but you gotta go. So that's the breakdown of the Lauren situation, and it's a lot to take in. There's Tariq and Effie's relationship, Brayden lying to Tariq, Kane finding out Lauren survived, and there's also this Rico. So everything is about to be an absolute mess when it comes to business relationships and personal. And this is where we are at this moment in time, and why I'm expecting episode 6 onwards to be an absolute mess. So expect turmoil, business and personal when it comes to these 4 characters. But drop all your thoughts down below and let me know your thoughts on how you see this playing out over the second half of the season. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.